Right, video number 2. And again, I haven't planned anything to talk about. I just interrupted a run halfway through because I had a chat with some cows I saw. And I'd come down here to the lock where, honestly, over the years, I've come here for peace and quiet, and for that really loud, rushing white noise sound. There's something incredibly peaceful about it. It blocks out all other thoughts. What to say? Yeah, another week has gone by. Over the weekend, I was a bit stressed that I hadn't shot and uploaded another video, but I did make sure I stuck to a rule that I'm trying to follow of not working at the weekend. 5 days is enough. And, within those 5 days, I have a cut-off time in the evening too, where no matter what's happened, a certain number of hours after getting up, don't carry on working. Take a break at lunchtime. Get out for a run. Because I found personally that the manic energy that comes from delighting in being on to a winner, the feeling of triumph that you get when you are in the groove and you just don't want to stop writing something, or working on a piece of music, or forming something, whatever it is. It can be quite addictive, and if you indulge that, then you can't sustain it. So this time around, I'm trying to be more disciplined with that stuff. I had a great weekend. I went to see the Pixies in Cardiff, and when we arrived at the venue, I thought the record was playing in the lobby. The band had already started, and 30 years on later, they still sound impeccable. They smashed it, and it was just so good to be at a proper rock show as well. Nothing more complicated than 2 guitars, bass, and drums. And you often don't need anything more than that. It's very, very easy sitting inside a Cubase with a groaning collection of sample libraries to think, oh, I need this to do that. I don't have this, or I can't do that. And then you find yourself on the Spitfire website instead of inside a Cubase, wasting your time, frankly, and your money. And your money. God, this is an expensive career to try and get off the ground. It doesn't need to be. There are people who can do it with just laptop, headphones, USB microphone. One of the guys that started following me last week, Swedish guy, is an amazing producer. And I remember staying in a cabin by a lake near where we grew with this guy, and all he took was a little blue snowball microphone and an old MacBook Pro running Windows with Pro Tools on. And by the end of the 2 or 3 days we were there, he had a track that he later put up on a YouTube channel and got 30 or 40,000 views. I'm quite certain that would have been a stepping stone for him on the journey to being self-sufficient with music, which he is these days. It is possible. Yeah, so this is a spot that I've come to a lot of times over the years to find a moment of peace. Which is why I thought it'd be a nice place to talk about this endeavour from, because peace is going to be an important part of this journey. I can't speak for anyone else, but I imagine I'm not the only one out there who has unreasonably high expectations of myself. And it's a trap. Year on year, the expectation goes up, and with that, so does the pressure. And when you listen back to what you've written and it doesn't hit that mark, it doesn't immediately get you going viral and all the validation from outside, your self-worth takes a plunge. Not that sort of plunge, but, they're related. And I think the remedy is to put one foot in front of the other. Be humble. Show your work. Which is why last week, as I mentioned that music was the thing I want to talk about, that very cheesy music cue started. I mean, the music itself is not super cheesy. The first 15 seconds weren't written by me, but as part of a course I'm on, I had to recreate those 15 seconds and extend it to 1.5 minutes. And frankly, I felt that when the other guy's music ran out, what I'd come up with was pretty poor. Which is why I put it on that last video. because I'm not super proud of that work. It's not entirely mine. But it did punctuate the point about making music. I'll probably punctuate this video about peace with a cut to some cows. It's good to get outside. Morning run, a few things for you, and then take the pressure off. Get the door open, the DAW door, and just step through. I'll leave it there.